Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to science class. Hope you all are good. Let's continue chapter 4 of your science book, that is materials, metals and non-metals. In this module you will know about displacement reaction. Do you know what is displacement reaction? In a displacement reaction, a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its compound. For example, if two small students are sitting on a bench and a big strong student comes and tries to replace one of the small students, he can do it very easily because of his size and physique, or we can say because of his power. But if that big strong student is already sitting on that bench and the small student comes and tries to replace him, will he be able to replace him? No, we know that he can't. Similarly, more reactive metal can replace less reactive metal from its compound, but less reactive metal can't. Now let's see how a metal displaces other metal in a displacement reaction through an example. When a strip of zinc metal is placed in copper sulfate solution for some time, then the blue color of copper sulfate solution fades gradually and red-brown copper metal is deposited on the zinc strip. This reaction can be written as CuSO4, that is copper sulfate, plus zinc, that is Zn, gives ZnSO4, means zinc sulfate solution, plus Cu, that is copper. Here we can see copper sulfate, which is a compound of copper and blue in color. In this copper sulfate solution, we will add zinc metal strip, which is silvery white in appearance. It will displace copper from copper sulfate solution and gives colorless zinc sulfate solution, which is a compound of zinc and red-brown copper metal precipitated or deposited on the zinc metal strip. The products of this displacement reaction are zinc sulfate solution and copper metal. The blue color of copper sulfate solution gradually disappeared due to the formation of colorless zinc sulfate solution. The copper metal which is formed in this displacement reaction deposits on the zinc strip in the form of a red-brown coating. In this displacement reaction, zinc metal displaces copper metal from copper sulfate solution. This displacement reaction between zinc and copper sulfate solution occurs because zinc is more reactive than copper. Let's reverse the case in which a copper strip is placed in zinc sulfate solution. If we take zinc sulfate solution and add copper to it, we will place copper strip into this solution. Then what will happen? There will be no reaction. But why? It is because copper is less reactive than zinc, so it is not able to replace zinc from its compound. But how do we know which metals are more reactive? Students, some metals are chemically very reactive, whereas others are less reactive or unreactive. On the basis of intensity of reactions of various metals with oxygen, water, acids, as well as the displacement reactions, the metals have been arranged in a group or series according to their chemical reactivities. The arrangement of metals in a vertical column in order of decreasing reactivities is called the reactivity series of metals. In reactivity series, the most reactive metal is placed at the top, whereas the least reactive metal is placed at the bottom. The reactivity series of some common metals you can see on your screen. Now here we can see potassium is on the top. Okay, so it is the most reactive metal. That is why it is kept on the top of this series. Okay. As we come down in the reactivity series, the chemical reactivity of metals decreases gradually. For example, sodium is less reactive than potassium. Okay. Then calcium is less reactive than sodium. Magnesium is less reactive than calcium. Then aluminium is less reactive than magnesium. And zinc is less reactive than aluminium. Iron is less reactive than zinc. Copper is less reactive than iron. And silver is less reactive than copper. Gold, being the least reactive metal, here has been placed at the bottom of the reactivity series. Students, if you will memorize this reactivity series, it will help you in understanding the displacement reaction properly, and it will help you when you will have to find the reaction between compounds and metals. Hope you understood. So students, we have covered all the topics of this chapter now. Let us summarize what we have learnt. We have learnt that metals are hard, lustrous, malleable, ductile, sonorous, and good conductors of heat and electricity. Iron, copper, aluminium, magnesium, calcium, etc. are the examples of metals. Non-metals are soft, dull, non-ductile, non-malleable, non-sonorous, and poor conductors of heat and electricity. Oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur are examples of nonmetals. And students, we have also learnt that metals react with oxygen to produce metal oxides, which are basic in nature. Nonmetals react with oxygen to produce non-metallic oxides, which are acidic in nature. Some metals react with water to produce metal hydroxides and hydrogen gas, while non-metals do not react with water. Metals react with acids and produce metal salts and hydrogen gas. Generally, non-metals do not react with acids. In displacement reaction, more reactive metals displace less reactive metals from their compounds in aqueous solutions.